guys, Sam Royer here, Operation American Dream, and we are here in the city of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and I am so excited to talk about continuation of service, and you get to meet an amazing Marine Corps veteran. So let's check it out. So we are here today in Bethlehem, and I am with a guy that I have known for 30 plus years. And weirdly enough, today is my dad's birthday. He would have been 79 years old. And can you just tell us your name?
Tim Parsons. They call me Sarge.
Sarge. So it's hard for me because we're both Marines, and Marines don't call sergeants, top sergeants, master sergeants, we don't call them Sarge. Right. And it's something to me that's hard, but I'm going to call you Sarge out of respect because you've earned it. How many years were you in the service?
25.
25 years. And you know, we're here in the city of Bethlehem, yep, which absolutely has an amazing history. And it's something that, you know, I grew up here. I met you when I think I was 16, getting on 17.
In high school.
And I remember I probably was one of the biggest thorns in your side.
Yes, you were.
So tell us a little bit about being, you know, not only a Marine in general, but you were a recruiter of Marines. So a lot of guys around here and girls, you put in the Marine Corps to serve our country. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I started out in the infantry, and I actually guarded nuclear weapons in Europe on the USS Little Rock. And then I traveled throughout the country, throughout the world actually, over in Okinawa, Philippines, those kind of places. And I spent a lot of time in Europe. I was over in Greece, Africa. Had a lot of traveling out my first 6 years in the Marine Corps. And then it was either this or the drill field, so they put me on recruiting duty because I got in a little bit of trouble. So I ended up on recruiting
Marines
duty.
get in trouble?
Yeah, believe it or not.
Okay.
But ended up on recruiting duty in New Jersey, and
Okay.
then got transferred. I was out in Pittsburgh. I had 2 kids in New Jersey, and I used to drive back and forth every other weekend to see my kids. And my CO, actually from Italy, became a colonel, and he came to talk to me one day, and he asked me if I was really going back and forth to Jersey every other weekend, and I said yes. I'd leave on Fridays, pick up my kids, go back to Pittsburgh, leave Pittsburgh, go back, drop them off on Sunday.
Yeah.
And he said, you can't do that. I said, well, I'm not getting out of the Marine Corps. And he said, well, then how about if I move you? Long story short, I ended up going to Harrisburg, where they sent me here,
Yeah,
to Bethlehem, and I took over Allentown, Easton, Bethlehem, Stroudsburg, Lehigh, that whole area for recruiting, and that's what got me into the Valley back in 1990.
Right over here is actually where you have a big event every year for the Nam Night.
It was started in 2016, so
Okay.
it'll be 8 years now.
8 years.
We have what's called Vet Fest.
Okay.
The idea came up from a member in our club who was, you know, we were always thinking about how ways we can help veterans and
Yeah.
law enforcement, those kind of things. You know, it was just the idea. We kicked it around for quite a while. When we thought about it, like any idea, you have to work it out. You know,
Yeah.
so we actually had a board with stickies on it and what we could do, what we couldn't do. Long story short, we came up with Vet Fest.
So you have a whole bunch of different people from
Oh,
different
yeah.
backgrounds,
Yep.
but the one common bond is their service in their community. And all these individuals are people all around Bethlehem and the surrounding area as well, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. What else would you say, you know, we're sitting here and we're walking by massive SteelStacks. What does this kind of history bring to you as somebody that served your country and now you're serving still in the community that these SteelStacks are here for?
Well, if you think about the history of this, you know, and the fact that what they were doing during the Second World War, they were putting out the ammunition, putting out the material for the stuff that we were using to fight war with.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, these guys came 24/7, this thing ran, and those guys came here and busted their ass every day just to get it, you know, to get the stuff out.
Yeah, the history of Bethlehem is amazing, and
Certainly
honestly,
is.
growing up here, I never realized it until, you know, now almost 50 years old myself, coming back here and just, you know, looking at the reverence of it, and honestly, from Vet Fest, just coming and standing here, and during Vet Fest, when you do have veterans come, and you're looking up at these SteelStacks, the history of not only the people that came and served, but ultimately came back.
Yep.
So that's the one thing. I do miss Bethlehem in many ways, and this is one of the main factors. You know, when my dad passed away, I was down in Florida and a hurricane was hitting, and we might play my dad's last voicemail to me, but near and dear to my heart was, I called you, and right away you went to the hospital and stood in for me.
Yep.
As somebody who not only loved my dad, but you also respected my dad. And you knew my dad had to put up with me, so you definitely respected my dad.
And I respected your mom too, that's why I went there.
Well, it's something near and dear to my heart. I love you, man. Something I couldn't do without you. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching Operation American Dream. It truly was an honor to show you a little bit about the continuation of service of Master Gunnery Sergeant Tim Parsons. And here in the city of Bethlehem, it is such an iconic thing to have so many leaders that just truly want to serve. I'm standing here in front of the Hotel Bethlehem, and I can tell you one thing, it's an iconic spot, so definitely check it out. Next time, we're going to be talking to Eddie Perez from EPM Mortgage, and the cool thing about Eddie, he's a Cuban immigrant actually living the American dream. Tune in next time.